Hey, what's going on, guys? Seth here with the Christ and Sports podcast, and today we will be hopping into Proverbs 25. It looks like it's Hezekiah's collection at the top here. So after I drink some water, let's get right into it. Verse 1. These two, the following are also Proverbs of Solomon, which the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah, copied. It is the glory of God to conceal a matter, and the glory of kings to investigate a matter. As the heaven is high and the earth is deep, so the hearts of kings cannot be investigated. Remove impurities from silver, and a vessel will be produced for a silversmith. Remove the wicked from the king's presence, and his throne will be established in righteousness. So just as you would remove the bad stuff from the silver, so you should remove sin from your life. Just as you make your pitching mechanics as efficient as possible, so you should make your life efficient for Christ. And again, you do that by removing the sin from it. Don't brag about yourself before the king, and don't stand in the place of the great, for it is better for him to say to you, "Come up here," than to demote you in plain view of a noble. Yeah, it's better for people to say, "Hey, join me," instead of, "But who are you? Get out of here." Don't take a matter to court hastily, otherwise, what will you do afterward if your opponent humiliates you? Make your case with your opponent without revealing another's secret. Otherwise, the one who hears will disgrace you, and you'll never live it down. A word spoken at the right time is like gold apples on a silver tray. A wise correction to a receptive ear is like a gold ring or an ornament of gold. To those who send him, a trustworthy messenger is like the coolness of snow on harvest day. He refreshes the life of his masters. Verse 14 here. The man who boasts about a gift that does not exist is like clouds and wind without rain. A ruler can be persuaded through patience, and a gentle tongue can break a bone. If you find honey, eat only what you need, otherwise you'll get sick from it and vomit. Seldom set foot in your neighbor's house, otherwise he'll get sick of you and hate you. Don't overdo things. 16 and 17. Don't overdo things. What I think of when I read verse 16, if you find honey, eat only what you need, otherwise you'll get sick from it. I overworked myself in the summer because of the sweet satisfaction of working, but also getting money. So I overworked. I ate way too much of my job. And by the end of the summer, at the beginning of the summer, I was putting in like 14-hour days, like it was nothing. I was cranking. Me and a couple of my buddies were cranking. And towards the end of the summer, it was like, dude, I don't even want to be here anymore. We'd be like 2 hours in, and we'd be like, bro, what are we doing here? We hate this place. What's going on? But yeah, just don't overdo anything. God gave us rest for a reason, and it is great to honor it. Hypocrisy coming from a caffeine addict. Anyway, verse 18. A man giving false testimony against his neighbor is like a club, a sword, or a sharp arrow. Trusting an unreliable person in a difficult time is like rotten tooth or faltering foot. Singing songs to a troubled heart is like taking off clothing on a cold day, or like pouring vinegar on soda. It just doesn't hit. It just doesn't do you any good. If your enemy is hungry, give him food to eat, and if he is thirsty, give him water to drink. For you will heap burning coals on his head, and the Lord will reward you. So pause. Yeah, so if you help your enemy, that hurts them more than you actually attacking them, because they expect you to attack you, and they're prepared for it. But if you instead, treat them kindly, they're not expecting it. Plus, furthermore, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. So if you give God the right to attack, God will attack and he'll reward you. Don't take it into your own hands, because that's putting yourself in a righteous position, kind of making yourself an idol of yourself. Let's continue on. Let's kind of wrap up here. Verse 23. The north wind produces rain, and a backbiting tongue, angry looks. Better to live on the corner of a roof than to share a house with a nagging wife. Pause. Verse 24 has been repeated, let's say 4 times in the past 5 chapters. Good news from a distant land is like cold water to a parched throat. A righteous person who yields to the wicked is like a muddied spring or a polluted well. Yeah. Let's pause. For a Christian to allow for sin in the world is to be polluted, corrupted. Because as Christians, we're placed on this earth to represent Christ, and tolerating sin is not Christ-like. I mean, think back to when Jesus flipped the tables of the greedy men at the temple. He didn't tolerate it then. Why would he tolerate it now? Don't be polluted and tolerate and yield to sin. Verse 27. It is not good to eat too much honey or to seek glory after glory. A man who does not control his temper is like a city whose wall is broken down. 27 again, that's back to don't overdo stuff. Don't pursue it too hard. But that'll wrap us up for this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or prayer requests, please drop them down in the comment section below, or you can follow me here on Instagram at Christ_and sports. I'd love to hear from you. But for now, see you.